Okay, so if we're going to do a scatter plot using Desmos, Desmos does it much easier than the old graphing calculators used to do it. In fact, it does it almost automatically if you plug in bivariate data. And what I mean by bivariate data is data that comes in ordered pairs, which is what this data set comes in. So if I take this data set and I go over to Desmos, and again, we're going to put this data in a table. So we'll hit the plus symbol and we will go table. And this time we're going to use both the X column and the Y column. And so if we look at this data set once more, I have it up in a different window. It is listed horizontally, but I'm going to put it vertically with the pretest as my X value and the post-test as my Y value. So my first ordered pair will be 5783. So we'll go back there to Desmos, and the way I'm going to do it, just for sake of ease, is I'm going to put all the X values in, and then I'll check and make sure everything lines up when I put in the Y value. So I'll go 57, and then I down arrow to go 58, then 60, then 63, then 71, then 72, then 76, then 77, then 78, and then 87. So 87 right there. All right, then we'll go back up to the top and we'll go over, using our arrow keys, over to the Y column, and the Y column is going to be our post test. So I'm going to put an 83 for that first 57. Then for the 58, I'm going to put 85. And then for the 60, I'm going to put 52. And then for the 63, I'm going to put a 69 in. Then for the 71, I'm going to put a 58 in. And then for the 72, I'm going to hit 78. And then for the 76, I'm going to go 87. Then for the 77, I'm going to go 79. Then for the 78, I'm going to go 62. And then for the 87, I'm going to go 67. All right. Now, again, if you put in ordered pair data, bivariate data, into Desmos, it will automatically give you a scatter plot. And again, we don't see any scatter plot data here because none of the data falls from -10 to +10 on the x-axis, or from -5 to +5 on the y-axis. So we could hit this little wrench symbol and make the data ourselves, or we could come down here to this little zoom fit and see if that at least gets us started. And that looks like it gets all of the data in there because it goes from 40 to 100 on both the x and the y axis. And I don't think there's anything that is less than 40 or greater than 100 on either of those axes. Now, if I'm looking at this data, I'm probably saying there's not a whole lot of correlation going on, but that is for a different lesson. Okay, moving on.